I find that the set actually is a great space, and it gives us a lot of opportunity to play with shadows. It gives us a lot of opportunity to feel the space around us when a stage is really cluttered. Not that, you know, this is a terrible thing. There are some sets that feel that they should be very cluttered and very claustrophobic, but the way that this is being played, it feels really great and vulnerable. And that's exactly, I think, how everyone feels within this world that you've created. Everything is about being vulnerable, and there's no place to hide, which is really wonderful.
Well, it's the first time we've used a full stage rake in Memories, so that makes it very different. It's a whole stage is raked, so it's an angle what the performers perform on.
I think rakes in general, they give it's an overused word, but they're more dynamic. It's something as simple as when you're walking on it and a singer has to walk upstage, i.e. from the audience towards the back of the stage, because you're going slightly uphill, it gives a bit of sort of building energy to it. That it actually forces you guys to work quite a bit, which gives a kind of energy. But then when you decide to come back downstage, you've got this sort of natural help, and it just sort of gives some push and pull to the sort of the speed and the tension at which we're moving.
Sure, when you're standing on a rake, you have no choice but to stand in a certain way that you're not going to roll forward, obviously. But it causes you to either really have a very regal bearing, or it causes you to be very aware of the fact that if you're not supposed to be having a bearing like that, that you really have to be aware of the rake in order to have your feet planted in a way that you're able to do what is being required of your character.
Robert Honeysucker, and I played the role of Fernando, the Minister of Justice.
So Fernando's really interesting because he comes in, and if we're talking about this hierarchy where everybody's climbing and this power that's corrupting, if he's at the top of the hierarchy and we've set up that this world is only based on sort of malice and ill intent to get there, he's actually the one that comes on with sort of this most smiling, peaceful face and tells everybody that everything is going to be all right.
So he was sent to investigate, and if found anything was found wrong, to right the wrongs.
And I think maybe the scariest thing about him is the serenity that he portrays on stage.
No, I was there because we had heard word that things were not right.
There's a tension between it. I don't think that it's sort of a sledgehammer of an idea, but I think it's actually one that's sort of constantly pulling you to question what you're seeing versus what the symbols act. The symbol itself and what you're seeing, and then what the reality of what it means.
One of the last things I do on stage is to actually make the sign of the cross to this bad guy, really basically consigning him to be destroyed.
And his sort of seemingly ability to do all these horrible things and yet sort of never really get blood on his hands.
But isn't that his job?